welcome to Keep It Going. I am Edie. I'm here with Chef Moody, the vegan beast.
Hey y'all, how's it going, Edie?
Hey, it's going good. Chef Moody, what's
Not
up?
much, just ready to get this meal going.
Now, how long have you been cooking?
4 years.
Oh my
My
God.
journey started at the Art Institute of Philadelphia.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. So what are you cooking today?
Today I'm making a deconstructed eggplant parmesan.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't wait to taste it.
I can't wait to share it.
Oh my God, so why vegan? Like why?
Because my body was just telling me that food, like the meat,
Yes.
and wasn't it for me, so I had to let it go, you know? Body said no, that means no.
That's what I'm talking about. When your body's telling you you can't do it, don't do it, right?
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, let's head back to the kitchen. Let's get this thing going, and I can't wait to taste your food, okay?
All right, let's get back cooking.
All right.
Today on Keep It Going, we have my man, Lanre Animashaun. How you doing, Lanre?
I'm good, man. Thanks for putting the accent on it.
Man, Nigeria now, that's where we're from now.
Yeah,
so
no.
we gotta do our thing, man. But really, really happy to have you, man. So proud of you. Lanre is the author of On Love, On Hope, On Heartbreak. So we're gonna get into it here. We're gonna get into some deep stuff with Lanre today. But before we get into that, I want to introduce Edie, my co-host. How you doing, Edie?
Hello. Welcome, Lanre. Welcome.
Thank you.
Cool.
And wait, I'm loving the accent. Yes.
No doubt. All right, so Lanre, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, where you grew up, you know, what you're doing, what's good.
You want the whole story or just like tidbits?
The highlights.
The highlights. From Newark, New Jersey, Montclair, Union, Essex County. I've been in Philly for 5 years. I am a math teacher, 8th grade. I teach at Gratz.
My stopping grounds. Yes, North
so
Philly.
I teach at Gratz. Been doing that for 4 years.
Okay.
And I am now a writer. I'm a published writer now, so that's cool too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In acknowledgement, you talked about insecurities.
Whoa.
Okay. I'm gonna just jump right in there. I'm gonna just do this because I'm kind of I'm looking at the chocolateness of you, and I'm trying to understand what.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, like share the tea. Like what's going on?
Yeah. So the insecurities is something I'm like working on. Like really. It's a big focus of mine. But the insecurity comes from just growing. You grow up being Nigerian American, being a freshie off the boat, kind of. A lot of people is the dynamic between and growing up in an urban environment too, right? Urban kids are funny, so there was a lot of identity seeking, trying to formulate my identity, trying to form my identity, trying to realize who I was, but still being kind of sensitive, still internalizing things, taking things personally. So that's where that comes from. But I'm working through all of that. So it's in the book.
That
You jumped right in, bro.
I really did. We were trying to know that.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's cool. I mean, that's an eye opener.
Yeah.
So what inspired the poetry?
So I think I wouldn't always call it poetry, right?
Okay.
I think for me, just growing up, whenever I had to express something where it was too heavy for me to speak, I would just write it out, And sometimes it rhymed, sometimes it didn't, but the way words play in my head, they just kind of flow together. So a couple years later, I figured that was poetry. And I think my poetry is really vulnerable and raw. So I just share my soul essentially. So yeah.
That's good.
Wow. So where are you with your journey?
Which journey?
Let's start with the first journey of you writing.
So the first book is done. The next, I want to work on something more long form, and I'm working on something. So I'm about halfway through. I just hit the halfway mark yesterday, so that was a big thing for me. And then eventually I want to get into screenplays and screenwriting, and then ultimately production and stuff like that. So that's the journey. But right now I'm just really humbled and happy that I was able to do this, So I thank God. I thank the people that supported me, my publisher, my friends that are hyping it up. It's a blessing.
Well, it's not something. It's not a joke. Like it's a big deal.
Right.
And when you released this, I was really proud of you for releasing this.
This is awesome.
You have some really dynamic poetry in here. And I'd like you, if you don't mind, to maybe share one of your favorites. I know I have one of my favorites,
Yes.
which is Candyland.
Yeah.
I read that to my wife. And she was like, "Who wrote that?" I was like, "That's all right." She was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So Candyland, when you guys touch this, and I hope you will. Candyland is one of my favorites, but it's not about me. It's about you here on Keep It Going.
Okay.
So let us share something with us. You know.
Okay. So this one's called Black and Bone, and it's an ode to women. So I'm gonna go that way.
It's a what to
An
women?
ode, like just, especially black women. You know, there's just so much power in black. So I'm thinking about my aunt, and I'm thinking about my mom, and I'm thinking about my friends.
Right.
And there's a strength to women and black women and the women that raised me. So this poem is there's images in the book, and this one is kind of like an African woman stirring a pot.
Wow.
You know, so that's kind of where it kind of comes from. All right, so it's called Black and Bone, and there's a timestamp in every poem. All right. Hashtag Black and Bone. Sunday, November 12:56 a.m. You would have painted me a skeptic. I named it impossible. A mere story. Talented spin from a journalist's pen. Who could have known that a woman's spine was not made of bone, but concrete blocks that hold up day and dark and night and sun?
Again, that's deep. That's powerful.
Yeah.
I love it because women are strong, and you know, the spine again. The concrete analogy is you know, I'm no poet, but I get it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the whole point. It's
right.
I want people to really see my heart, you know.
So, you're being vulnerable in this, and that's a lot of what I love about this. But you gotta read Candyland for me. You gotta read Candyland because I don't know. I haven't read through all your poems. Let me just be honest, but I read through a lot. But this one is still resonating with me. He does have the picture here of the African princess with the afro.
Yeah.
And I love the afro. It is coming back. It's in style. It's trending right now. You know, it's about natural beauty, right?
Yes.
So let's.
So all right. So Candyland, the picture, she's wearing a candy wrapper.
Oh wow.
So yeah. So that's
that's
you.
hot.
That's
Yeah.
neat.
So you haven't seen that she has a Hershey's Kiss on her head, right? So yeah. So it's a whole analogy.
Loving
it. So it's funny. I'm having a blast. So it's called hashtag Candyland. Friday, August 8:34 p.m. All right. Shorty is badder than 2 Snicker bars. She's a whole snack. A whole pack of heart attacks. Her soul sweeter than sugar cane. She makes monsoons of candy rains. Butter licorice skin. A smile made of peppermint sticks. Caramel eyes, diabetically fine. The sweetest tooth I'll ever have. I can't believe this lady's all mine.
What?
Wow, that's what I'm
Oh my
talking
God.
about.
You got an uncle? Wow.
That's what I'm
Okay.
talking about. And I like it. Just comes off so hard. Shorty batted in 2 Snickers bars. You know what I'm saying? Like you're about to spit. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
I love it. I love it, man.
I was waiting for the beat. I was like, okay.
So it's cool.
Now mine, Black Boy Love. Come on. Come on.
right, which one is that?
Give me what?
What page? 12. All right. This one is actually dear to me. I guess they're all dear. So I
Right.
work in North Philadelphia,
Right.
and I teach in North Philadelphia.
Right.
And something that's dear to my heart is just kind of seeing black boys like succeed and grow.
Yes.
And I don't think there's a lot of outlets, a lot of help, a lot of focus
Exactly.
on black boys. You know.
Right.
And like, if black boys are afforded a lot of opportunities, they can shine. Right. So.
Definitely.
I really want to see black boys shine.
Right.
So
Keep it going. That's what we're talking about.
So hashtag Black Boy Love. Monday, August 4:22 p.m. Black boys need black men to stand on broad shoulders, to wear Superman capes, to paint pictures of who they may be, to be a black mirror. Because if they can see it, they may believe they can be it.
Wow. It's so needed during these times. I mean, we're going through a lot, you know, and to have that vision of what you can be is a big deal, man. That's powerful, man. Let me ask you about the timestamps. What's going on with the timestamps?
So that's when I wrote the poems.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't put the day on it, but I put the day and I put the time. So it's just inspiration. We were talking earlier off camera. Inspiration hits at different times, and sometimes I have to write this down. So I'll write it down, and luckily I wrote it down on OneNote, and OneNote has the time there, so I'm able to reflect and see the time that I write all these poems. So there's some really interesting times. For example, like Jordan, I wrote at 3:08 a.m. So it's like insomnia happening there. 1:25 a.m., 10 a.m., 5:38 p.m., 5:41. So it's just like all these different times. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this though. Like, do you ever go back? Take me into the mind of a poet. Do you ever go back and like fix it, or is it like a perfect piece when that moment of inspiration comes?
I mean, you go back and fix it to. So this is how I write. I bleed first. Just pour everything out, and then I work on the syntax later, right? Oh, this word could be a better word. This word actually speaks more to how I'm feeling, right? Format, right? Sometimes I'm not, like I know some things like alliteration and stuff, but I'm not really educated in poetry, but for some, I hear poetry, I hear the sound of poetry. So sometimes when it flows, I'm like, I can flow better until I get it to that point where I'm like, okay, this is it. So yeah.
So writing, it is a form of therapy.
For sure, absolutely.
So how did you come to a stopping point? Like, okay, I have enough content, this is enough. Or was it a healing point that you said, you know what, I'm healed?
No, but one, healing is a continuous process, right?
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that. I think, so there's two aspects of this poem. So one, when I had the idea to focus like the love, hope, and heartbreak, I wanted to make sure it was a complete work. So the first aspect was a relationship kind of that fell apart. So that was a lot of inspiration. I was like, oh, okay, you just gave me 20 poems. You don't even know what you did.
Right.
Like, thank you. You broke my heart, but thank you. Here's these 20 poems. Now I'm an author.
That's
Congratulations.
right.
So I did that. And then the rest was just like thinking through like observations. Sometimes I'll be in an airport and I'll see somebody, I'm like, that's love. That's the image of love. Let me write it. How can I express it? How can I explain it? So that's how the process.
The funny thing about that is I know what you mean, right? When you're heartbroken, there are things that come up from inside you that you can't duplicate or replicate later down the line.
No, it's pure. It's pure, and you're angry. Like you're. Oh man, there's a poem in there, and it's I can't even. It's like one poem is like Cliff and Claire ain't you and me, right? Like talking about Cliff Huxtable and Claire Huxtable, right? And it was just like the fact that because I was thinking, I'm like, oh, why? Like the reason she broke, she wanted this like perfect picture of this home, of this love, and I'm like we're not Cliff and Claire Huxtable, and I just wrote that Cliff and Claire, and it was just so pure. I think those are the best moments when you're writing, when you have that pure like heart to pen connection, you know.
Now here's the thing, the poems are so poetic.
Yeah.
At what point? I mean, did you ever say like, listen, babe, like? And just pour your heart out to her, like, because any female, and you would read this or say this to her, would just be like, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
That's not my experience actually. I actually feel I feel like women, when you open yourself up too much, is kind of an issue. That's been my experience.
Okay.
Maybe it's too soon. That's a possibility. But yeah, it's not. That's why I have a poetry book.
Okay.
It makes sense. I sometimes it's timing, right?
And it's better on paper. So.
Now, was this your first love?
No.
So what made this be the love that made you write?
That's a great question.
Is this K a teacher? 'Cause that's what I was.
Yes. So
What?
K. So the most of the poems come from K. Teacher has like 2 poems in there, and that's just it's about passion, right? Like how she just made me feel. Like actually, the name of her poem is called Drugs, right? It's like it's like a drug.
Wow.
You're like a drug. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, share with the tea. We're like, come on,
Yeah.
So past this, and you
Right.
know, I've been through a similar situation, so I get it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a powerful thing, and that's why I think the title "On Love, On Hope, On Heartbreak" is
Right.
so powerful.
Yeah.
Because we're all in one of these phases.
And yes,
Right,
that's
right,
exactly.
right.
Yes. Yeah, I'm so excited because yes, that's true. Yes. I think everybody experiences this at one point or another.
Right.
Either you're in a state of love, whatever you're loving your friend, friendship love, romantic love, like life energy love, whatever, or you're hopeful about something, or your heart is broken. Heartbreak is not only romantic, right? Yeah.
So, Lanre, thank you so much for
Yes.
joining us on Keep It Going. Just real quick, what's next?
Man, I'm just working on so many things. Talking to you, I actually had to like slim a lot of things down. So this, I'm trying to get this novel off the ground, and we'll see how that goes. I'm sticking to it.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you're not mad at me for sharing this. He's single currently, y'all.
Yes,
So-
girl. Get him.
Before he blows up, you know, because he's getting there. Probably want to hit him up. Thanks again, Lanre, for joining us and keep it going. And we hope to see you guys soon. Thanks
Yes.
again.
Thank you guys so much.
So we're back doing our check-in with Chef Moody.
Hey.
And Chef Moody, what do we got here?
So today we have a deconstructed eggplant parmesan. And you have roasted eggplants that I put with a little salt to dehydrate them, then finished it in the oven just to get it nice and flimsy so I can be able to roll it. We also have sauteed spinach and garlic on the inside, and I just allowed a little bit of oil on the bottom and I steeped it a little bit, just adding water every so often, stirring, tasting. Then we also have on the top here is Parmesan cheese. So you just put it's all vegan, no animal products, no milk or anything like that. But I just put cashews, nutritional yeast, salt, pepper, onion powder, and a little bit of water, blended it up. And then that's how we have the little crumbles on top as our Parmesan cheese. We have a little parsley as well as garnish. And then there's also a little mozzarella cashew cheese on the inside for a surprise.
Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. All right, let's go in. Now, I'm not vegan. I'm just gonna put that out there. And this is the vegan. All right.
I'm looking forward to this. Yes. So
Actually, let me grab that.
Wow. You know, don't be afraid. It's a nice little. It's a simple little. You gotta get everything in there. It's like a little popper. You might have to.
Okay, hold on. Let me just taste that.
So you may taste a lot of garlic. I love garlic, and garlic is really good for inflammation. To like help with digestion and stuff. So got that garlic in there, you know.
if you guys looking forward to this, you gotta do it. You definitely have to try it.
Yeah, this was a.
It was good, right?
Are you
afraid,
vegan?
right? Ooh.
Are you vegan now? Are you vegan now? Are we converting you to
I don't
vegan?
know. What just happened? He had the whole thing. I don't know what just happened.
That was really good.
See?
That was really
Do
good.
not be afraid of the bean.
Don't be
Yeah.
afraid of
Embrace it.
vegetables.
No, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Say it again.
Vegetables.
That's it.
Vegetables.
That's it. You can
Yeah.
balance your portions. You can balance what you eat.
Yeah, definitely.
The big thing, because when you say deconstructed eggplant parmesan, right, the Parmesan cheese, I'm not a big cheese fan too, so I was thinking it would taste so cheesy, but it really didn't.
Yeah, so the cashew allowed it to be a little subtle, and And then I kind of kept the tomatoes, since I use diced and regular tomatoes, I kept a little bit of the sweetness. So you kind of have like the salty, the sweet, the umami, you know, a little bit of tang here and there. So you kind of want to put all the flavors together. And that's why I did the Parmesan cheese on top. So you can have a little crunch, a little soft texture. You know, you want to mix it up as far as your, when you're eating, you know, your different palates. You want to keep it
Very,
versatile.
very nice. Well done.
And it was light. It was not garlic. It was not cheesy. It wasn't spicy. It was, you can embrace it. Embrace it.
I will. All right, well, keep it going, Chef Renee. And where can we find you, Chef Renee?
You can find me on Book Dinner. You can look at my Instagram, Chef Moody, Chef Moody _Moody. Okay.
That's it.
And yeah, thank you guys.
All right, thank you.